gentlemen, and everybody in between. How y'all doing this evening? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. And you may notice that we're missing something. Yep. Sorry. I am currently unpresentable, or at least, yeah. I'm not going to be turning on all the lights and the camera that I need to actually show up in a decent fashion, because it is freaking hot here. The temperature at 6 p.m. is currently 102 degrees now for my less than free friends. That's what, about those just shy of 39 degrees, so about 40. 40 is 104. We're at 102. It's warm. In any case, how y'all been? It's good to see you again. We're gonna go raiding, and to do that, or I want to go raiding before the end of the night. We are currently a little tricked out. If you haven't been with us since the last time we did MSQ stuff, I have upgraded. I'm currently wearing the titanium maiming set, which puts us up at item level 133. I'm a little short on something. Oh, yeah, it's my, it's the Gayborg. Gayborg's only item level 100, so we're at 127. That should be enough, I believe, to at least get us into the Crystal Tower. So, with that, all of that's handmade because this is a crafting challenge, and one of the two main goals of the crafting challenge is to only wear stuff we make, caveat, or relic weapons. You can go back a few episodes into the YouTube archives to see that anything else in the way, I guess, plug the socials. Please follow if you're watching here on Twitch. Like and subscribe if you're over on YouTube. Hit the bell for notifications. All those things that helps feed the beast. You can find me, DJ H Gaming, both places. DJ Hogan at kind.social on Mastadon. No Twitter, because I just can't get rid of that. So, with that out of the way, Mr. Rambrose, what do you have to say for ourselves? Why, if it isn't Red Green herself. I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest Let me take that word again. The opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find herself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? I rather thought you'd say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now the first... Red! I thought it was you! What brings you to St. Coinux? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently unsuperable foe, yes? No. I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. She has she? Glad to have you aboard, Red. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well. Let's begin at the beginning. The Sons of St. Connaught are tasked with unearthing secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and in this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the ultimate weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero del Scava simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now, to the source of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allegan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the ultimate weapon and the Lesser Moon Dalamud for it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and, above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be a repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Fortunately, the entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues, carved into the likenesses of giant swordsmen. The 8 Sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over there and in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessels that venture too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Red, but I can think of no finer woman for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the four elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to stroll past these sleeping sentinels invites with... Try that again. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attack of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray, make for Lenosha, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugamora mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave that to your discretion. Whatever you do, please, be careful. Alright, well, I've got a free teleport to Limsa Limensa, so... You may, if you take a look in the lower right-hand corner now, notice that I'm a little short on funds. Now, I have deposited all my remaining funds into my... Oh, let me try that sentence again. Excuse me, because the heat's a little much in here, but I've, over the weekend, because if it's borderline too hot to show up on camera, it was much too hot to even think about gaming over the weekend. It is in the mid-90s in my house at the moment, so ooh, you can get down from there. Good to know. Oh, and I found a cool button. Okay, sorry. Some things just tickle me lately. And I am a little bit loopy from the heat. Drank a gallon and a half of sports drink. That's roughly 5 liters, give or take. Yeah, 4.2 plus, yeah, about roughly 5 liters of Powerade over the weekend. It was warm and I was sweaty, and quite frankly, I also drank about 2 gallons worth of water. So, and rather than try and I don't know, I'll try to duplicate that late woman's feat from last week, I decided to make sure I kept my sodium intake as high as my liquids. In any case, we are heading up to the Sapsa spawning grounds to find us. Let's turn on, there we go. Turn on the map cues, please. And those are going to be behind this door. Oh, it's a glowing purple cloud. I wonder if something will explode. Ah, a hostile presence. Did I mention that I had my Animus version of the Gabolg? It glows. And then slay the Kobold Sentry in Ugamoro Mines. Well, we aren't going to. I am a little bit short on cash at the moment, so we're just going to take a flight and see if I can navigate based on this map. Because we aren't going to do it by landmarks. It's cloudy on the weather report for Eastern Lenosha. The Elport area will be experiencing heavy clouds. Heavy cloud cover. The Elport area will be experiencing heavy cloud cover for the next few hours. Tourists wanting to see Mount Ugamoro are likely to be disappointed at the view. As you move into Upper Lenosha, near Peppermoon's trading post, the clouds will turn into fog. And once again, visibility will be less than optimal. Foggy conditions extend to Upper Lenosha. Extend into Outer Lenosha. Through this evening, please take care when navigating near the Kobold Mines. Okay. We'll do the two-step here. Save a couple hundred gil at the cost of a fairly long cooldown. I don't know. Except for being so hot, it was actually a fairly pleasant day. Rammy boy, I've got a... How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastmen's strongholds? I have an earth and a water crystal. Yeah, so these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I've seen countless specimens from I know how I've seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You've done well, Red. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zanrock, the war camp of the Amaljan family. The latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Kurthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. So, I guess our first stop is Zanrock. So, let's go Little Alamigo. We're doing these quickly. Oh, God. Zanrock. I've been doing a lot of farming around here just because, you need to get the... There are quite a few of the targets for the Books of the Zodiac Braves are let's go. As I was saying, quite a few of the targets for the Books of the Zodiac Braves are here in this area. Actually, Camp Dragonhead, here we come. I don't know the exact timelines. I wasn't around playing Final Fantasy XIV when A Realm Reborn first came out. I wasn't in a position financially to do so. All there is to it. But this, I imagine this was a lot more, how do you want to say, intense. Back when you didn't have flying mounts. And I don't know when flying mounts were. Hello? No, okay. You're just a wandering monster. I don't have any deal with you. Oh. Yeah, if you were wondering, which I doubt you were, I am currently sporting the Vigil shirt and Sorrel. I believe it's a Sorrel. Yes. Sourwell. As my glamour. Mostly because I like the design. I'm going the wrong way. I need to go through this tunnel. I like the design. It's adventure-y, kind of piratey without being full-on pirate. Want some different boots with it, and I'm wearing big glasses because why not? And that's your fashion report for today. This way, please. I think. Yes. again, I don't mind having glamours for this, just because glamour, that's half the game. Let's be honest. We're playing Final Fantasy 14. Half the game is making sure you have appropriate glamour. But, and so stuff like this, I'm fine with doing. The equipment, the actual equipment, yeah, I'm going to be making. That's the point of the run. Right now, we're in that odd space where all my crafters are higher level than the materials I'm able to obtain with my gatherers. How far? A good 8 levels. Where my most of my equipment, or all my equipment folks, and not so much the alchemists, are upper 50s, except for carpenter. I need to do some work on the carpenter. Most of carpenter's XP comes from doing, how you want to say, lumber, moving logs to lumber. So that will have to wait until I can buy logs, or until I can yeah. But why am I talking about this? Oh, because this is actually the part of the crafting. So this is level 54 armor. I'm at level 58 now. I'm trying to save up the money to work to the level 60 armor. I'm probably not going to be able to get there. So let's get the level 6. So the Adamine, I could get the Adamite armor. It's just going to take a lot of how do you want to say? Yeah, maiming. I lost my train of thought. It's warm. Right now, I have the ability to try to do the Adamantite maiming cure. Helm, gauntlet, sabaton, armor. Which doesn't look too bad. That titanium mail. We're wearing the titanium. The next is the adamantite. But, again, it's just one of those, do I want to spend the money now, or wait until I can spend the money better later? Because in order to do those, I'm probably going to need to upgrade tools again. I apologize, I'm scratching the inside of my ear while I do this. You can't hear it, but I sure can, and it's very, very loud on this side of it. I'm scratching my ear because it's hot. And when it gets hot, my ear itches. It's just how it is. That's how it's been since I went to a e-trip in the late 90s and fell on my head. Snow skiing. Yeah, I took a header and found out with a bloody nose and the inability to regulate the pressure in my ear. Red, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the beastman? Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our crystal to the crystal to the journey tower just yet. That's an entirely different game, which I think is a shooter in the mid-90s. Is that Aerosmith? Journey, Aerosmith, it all sounds the same to me. No, it doesn't. If I get in front of that, it does not sound the same to me. And I won't stop believing it doesn't. But, our journey to the crystal tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must need to be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we'll be requiring your services once again. Have a grand worth of gil and some grade 5 dark matter. You can use it to repair your spear. But not your equipment, because those require grade 6. Ooh. Level 4 material. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the metals in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. So I requested the word be sent as soon as new stock came in. I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I'm well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat. Of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigations, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require. Okay. To Ul'dah. You know, it's very rare that I ever actually see that dungeon. Does make a nice backdrop though. I did it again. For whatever reason, I just have an aversion to using that particular aetherite. It's not like a character quirk I've made up. No, that is just player quirk. Your boy can't remember to use that aetherite to travel around Ul'dah. Mr. Scree, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? A bulging pouch of gil. Here. You're here on the behalf of the Sons of St. Coinok? What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of the fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you're welcome to settle accounts for which that we have paid. But you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray, speak with Jemima over there. Do you beg your pardon? It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on. There must be something you can do. Without that sound, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would happily accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? You're saying that's not good enough? It's not enough? Already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or two. Red, it's been too long. What brings you here? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Well, now that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gills clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no. You're here for the bloomin' ether sand, aren't you? Yeah, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. Chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Edge and I have been too busy tinkering with the new... I have no clue where that accent went or where it's going, so hold on for the ride. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with the new airship design to think about Chelsea. Well, I say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. Got the idea for it when we heard how you lot used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, matter of fact. Anyway, cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. That's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch yet, even for you, Loss. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this lady is representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question. To mention nothing of the fact that her purse is considerably larger than yours. It's like that, is it? Alright. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it. If you're going to take my saying, it's only fair you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. Not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two. Foreshadowing? Question mark? Mr. Biggs. Now then, for what you told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? Rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time might be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. So happens I know of a good place to start. It's said to be a peddler in northern Thailand who very rarely, occasionally, handles the earth aspect of the variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you think. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand no more? Answer being just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. Thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thailand without me. Just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Definitely fortunate. Head out to Blue Fog, you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. John not mentioner. Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him. Just in case your heroic example turned out to be a less inspiring than he first thought. Okay. Let's take a trip up to Camp Blue Fog. Oh wait, nope. Need to talk to you. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hide blade, you have to look elsewhere. They are the only company I crave is the squat silent type. Pot has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. Wish to hear my tale. Warn you, no stirring epic, but as you asked, and my employer, a Lollifellow lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. Forgot what it's called, but it's apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock to be stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion. I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, and you'd best be prepared for the West. It is just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Almagina. It's possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Almagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with it by now. Yeah, Biggs is pretty good at hiding, or Wedge is pretty good at hiding. So let's brave the wilds, folks. Not this one, but the next. All you Red Row level 49ers. Hello. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking to a bandit's lair. It's not the sort of thing I do. I'm gonna die for it. No. I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll never come back. Red? Is that really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my Oh dear. Oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the ether sand in my stead. Oh, thank gods. You're a true friend, Red. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Just sit tight, and hold these. That's a grenade. Hello? Be very, very quiet. Got a stick. Oh, Red, have you had any luck locating the ether sand? yes, there it is. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect ether sand? And you say you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Red. North to Mordona. I don't want to face one of those yet. At level 58, I probably could handle it, but... let's see, I need to take aim right about there, I believe. Nope, I'm wrong. There it is. Aim for that middle tent. Red, you've returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Fire and earth. I see, 2 varieties. Oh, that is 2 more than we could reasonably be expected. And 2 less than I'd hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You've done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals? I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend, I know only too well how capable you are. But ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now that they've determined to join us, are they? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It'll be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambers, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. You shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Red has won for our cause. If only for a moment. Um, yeah, just some just a piece of sulfur. Tell you what, that's a good pausing point. We're a little shy of an hour, but I'm a little thirsty, and when I'm a little thirsty, it means I need some water. So I shall be back here just short, as soon as I get these stuff. Like I was saying, I only needed a few moments to uh, find my cup, so let's do a performance for the agents. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlene acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I've heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely that it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud. Seek out Parsemontre, the master of the markets in Gridine. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. Okay, well then, off to New Gridania. And while we're here, we can see what the retainers decided to bring me. Because the summoning bell is right here, and personal shots are on the other side of that door. The paste leather, sure. Thank you. And Cachadono. A gourmet lunch. Personal tray. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? Forgive me, madam, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? I have not so much. I have not seen so much. You, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water aspect and variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. And you seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the betusked nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Okay, so, south. We are heading to the south. Sharp. Yeah. I just completely blanked on the name. And that has been drinking water with Deej. Didn't realize that was the mic was going to pick that up. The South Shroud is our destination. How long are we going for tonight? Well, we're going to deal with this matter at least, and we're going to get through the first. At least we're going to queue for the first of the raid series, because it has been, well, since I started the series that I've done the Crystal Tower, and I actually kind of like it. I know I'm one of those weird guys that actually likes the Crystal Tower series and doesn't just do it for the tomestones. Oh wait, no. This way. And now we search for the pernicious hog. Or rather, the hulking hog's carcass. You're too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You'll find no trace of the orb which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. No, you'll never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now, stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone. Taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternate source of these sand with the wind-touch variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, you need to dally here all day. Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win? Well, if we're going to be racing, we should probably get there as quick as possible. And I apologize. I know who this voice is supposed to be, but Dang, if I can do an impression that's worthwhile. I do not have a Jonathan Bailey impression in my repertoire. I don't have any impressions in my repertoire. I'm just doing this. I have a couple of voices. I have a couple of voices that I can pull out that are vaguely reminiscent of others. Ah, here we are. This is the one I need. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of ether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touch abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This iniquity must not stand, so I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray, retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into ether sand. You keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men. I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you might imagine. So next week, I believe, is the 10th anniversary. Either next week or after Labor Day, one or the other, is the 10th anniversary celebration. So, like most of us, I will be running dungeons back to back to back. to earn the mogul tomestones, I believe, with comedy. Or whichever mogul tomestones they bring out this time, in order to get some new mounts. Maybe a new hairstyle. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? You've brought both. I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. Have some gil and a piece of elegant silver. There. That should do... There. That should do the trick. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defense. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Red here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to Allegan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Biggs, Wedge. Come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Golemon's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would not have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization. They have damn near doomed ours. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So, you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you cannot spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldessian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah! Noah? That's the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the sons of St. Quinoc, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does technically, but my true reason for this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it's time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? I'm not doing the group cheer. Esteemed colleagues, the secrets of ancient Alag beckon. Let us not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambrose, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith. The large lopsided gate found to the southeast. Okay. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this border. Now comes the interesting. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. It is rather imposing. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. Otherwise, one might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. What? Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one. Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see they work. Success. I for one am convinced. Friends, ready your thanks. Last one is yours, old friend. Seemed only right. Haha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed. The entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Red and the hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will. But our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of this place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Red here fits the description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we'll be idle in her absence. While Red and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, Scoring Growl. You have a tire of being right, old man. Red. As it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain that the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste. No matter what Mastadon says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Red. Alright, the first of the raids. Item level 50. Oh. I was much, I was way too worried about that. I probably should have looked before I... Let's go take a seat, I suppose. And, yeah, we'll, take a sip, relax. Right now, all we really have to do is wait. Okay, and that's one water bottle down. Um, yeah, be sure, folks, if you're out and about, be sure to stay hydrated. We want to, it is far too warm to be out and about, especially if you're in the Midwestern U.S. But what can we talk about while we're waiting? Honestly, have you seen the Wilds of Eldraine spoilers? Uh, Wilds of Eldraine is the latest of the um, or the latest upcoming set for Magic the Gathering, and it looks to be something fairly interesting, at least. Lots of enchantments, lots of instants and sorceries. So let's do this for right now. But yeah, there's been some interesting cards. Today we got Picklock Prankster and Free the Fae. Free the Fae's to me is interesting because it's one in the blue instant adventure. Uh, Mill 4 cards, then put an instant sorcery or fairy from among the milled cards into your hand. Uh, then the adventure text, exile this. When it resolves, exile this card. Uh, you may play the creature side from exile. And the creature's nothing too spectacular. One in the blue for a 1/3 flying vigilance, but that mill 4 cards and return one to your hand, that effect's been, well, not the mill, but the whole uh, look at the top X cards of your library. One in your hand, the rest of the graveyard has been a thing in Magic for a while. I do like the as has reveal the top. I like mill, if for no other reason than mill as a I want to say mill as a keyword. Well, it's a flavor win as far as I'm concerned. Why do I think it's a flavor win? So there's a card in Black White Knights called Sir Conrad the something or other. Nobody remembers the appellation. It's just Sir Conrad. Uh, his main thing, other than being a knight and fitting in Knight Tribal and all of that, is that you get one in the blue, or it's like 3 black, whatever. Uh, whenever the important text on it, whenever a creature dies, or a creature card is put from into the graveyard from anywhere, or a creature card is taken out of the graveyard, drain one. Your opponents lose 1 life, you gain 1. Hey, let's stop awkwardly talking about Magic cards and start awkwardly trying to talk over the Labyrinth of the Ancients. 2 more people. Come on. Come on. You can do it, Hila. You can do it, Hila. I know you can. And the DPS? 1 more DPS? All we're looking for is 1. Son of a gun. $14. 506. 15. Tanks. DPS. 1 more healer. One more healer. One more healer. That's 2. 3rd time a charm. Healers are in. Tanks are in. Got 2 DPS. One DPS to go. Let's rock and roll. Bend. Sit up in the chair. Looks like I am in Group B. Couple white mages, dancer, monk, machinist, gunbreaker. Say hello. Oh, yep, I'm in Group B, which just means that we'll be taking the middle on most of these. Now the first thing we got to remember as a, let's see, Mundok is my tank. Is to stay out from in front of those guys. And just spam rail. We only lost 1 on that. Not too horrible. Maybe next time I'll turn down turn down the graphics, maybe. Because that is, like I say, it's been a while since I've done a 24-man. That is a little busy. Okay, this one I need to be hugging the boss's butt. This is why we pulled the bone dragon all the way to the front of the room. Because the power meters give him a buff when we pull the bone dragon to the front of the room. Paladiners put on AoE when they reach him. Looks. Somebody pull. there's an argument down at the bottom about what I was talking about. How normally you will tank it to the north rather than take it to the middle because the ads get eaten and do AoE that some folk can't actually survive. If I can't hit him and I can't hit anything else, there we go. Hello. Okay, here. Okay, this is not the one I dislike. Golden Titans on the Trust your healers. Keep you out of harm's way. Yes, because I do get a little nervous once I get under 75 HP. It's a bad habit. Especially since I've got 2 white mages as our healers. Okay, yay. Oh my. That one was a little close for comfort, but Plug-a-thon should be easy after that. No. Hold. Cute. Cute little toast emoji there in chat. Is everybody ready? Apparently. Seconds on it. Keep the dot up. One person didn't make it. 3 people didn't make it. Two more people didn't make it. And there we go. We call that a labyrinth? Yes, because technically a labyrinth only has one valid pathway. Hubris. Tumbling down. Let's see what, if anything, I get. I'm willing to sit here. I got jacked. Literally nothing. Oh, wait, no, I got a Phlegethon card. So, yay. Oh, my. Oh, there, Red. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. It's not a The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldesian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun. A characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what are the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. And I'm dropping frames like nobody's business. Possibly because I'm overheating. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon. Not Oshron, Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am an historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. As the ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this. Well, there it is. The foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? Can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten the path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Quinox Pine for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way yet to go. Okay. I suppose. We go back and we finish this up, and I think that is where we're going to call it. We're creeping up on the 2-hour mark, which is about where I like to do these evening streams. My internet it had a little hiccup there at the end. Hopefully the VOD is fine. If not, I may have to do a little cutting and pasting. But I think I'm going to spend the rest of the evening listening to a particular voice actor, see if I can get some mannerisms down. Let's face it, there are some important characters here that we need to protect. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to use this fun button that stares right at the camera to say, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. And we'll see you next time. Be good to each other.